Welcome to the West Wing Week, your guide to everything that's happening at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. This week, President Obama focused on the second part of his State of the Union goals of out-innovating, out-building, and out-educating the rest of the world, putting forward plans to build a 21st century infrastructure, investing in things like high-speed rail, and expanding broadband access so all of America's families will be equipped to win the future. Oh, and the Prime Minister of Canada dropped by. That's February 4th through February 10th, or the new Electrification. On Friday, February 4th, President Obama welcomed Prime Minister Harper of Canada to the White House to strengthen the partnership between our nations and to provide the Prime Minister with some warmer weather.
I'm from Ohio, so
well,
actually...
that's reasonably cold.
The two leaders talked about the vital economic partnership we share and agreed to a new vision for managing our shared security, not just on the border we share, but beyond the border. The President also took the opportunity to address the situation in Egypt.
We want to see this moment of turmoil turn into a moment of opportunity. The entire world is watching. What we hope for and what we will work for is a future where all of Egyptian society seizes that opportunity.
On a beautiful and temperate Monday morning, February 7th,
what a spectacular day, huh?
The President, accompanied by Senior Advisor Valerie Jarrett and Chief of Staff Bill Daley, crossed Lafayette Park to address the Chamber of Commerce and what the government is doing to make America the best place in the world to do business, and the responsibility the business community has to invest in America's workers and economic recovery.
But as we work with you to make America a better place to do business, I'm hoping that all of you are thinking what you can do for America. Ask yourselves what you can do to hire more American workers, what you can do to support the American economy and invest in this nation.
Back at the White House,
Coach?
President Obama called Green Bay Packers coach Mike McCarthy to congratulate him on the Packers' victory in Super Bowl 45.
Even for a Bears fan, it's heartwarming, that the Green Bay community is able to celebrate like this. So you guys should be very proud of yourselves, and I'm looking forward to hosting you.
On Tuesday, February 8th, Vice President Joe Biden and Secretary of Transportation Ray LaHood hopped aboard the Amtrak Acela, heading to Philadelphia to announce the administration's plan to build a 21st century infrastructure from roads and bridges to high-speed rail.
Where I went to school, this is a place called Claymont, Delaware, and it became a steel town.
Famous for his daily commutes from Delaware to D.C. when he was a senator, the vice president knows just about every mile of these tracks. At 30th Street Station in Philly, the two laid out the comprehensive plan that will help the nation reach President Obama's goal of giving 80% of Americans access to high-speed rail within 25 years, as outlined in his State of the Union address.
In a global economy, we can't forget that infrastructure are also the veins and the arteries of commerce. You think about it in those terms, they literally are the veins and the arteries of commerce. You know, if those passageways get clogged, commerce is going to suffer, and it's going to show up in the bottom line, and it shows up really quickly.
By clarifying the long-term federal role in passenger rail, this 6-year program will provide states and cities with the certainty they need to make long-term transportation plans for their communities. On Wednesday, February 9th, we caught up with Anish Chopra, the Federal Chief Technology Officer, who explained some of the nuts and bolts of expanding broadband access and how crucial it will be to economic development in rural America.
And it's not just about roadways, railways, and runways. President Obama believes in a nation's 21st century infrastructure that must include connectivity to every corner of the country so that people that live in rural parts of the country have access to global markets just as they would if they lived in urban environments and have access to technology today. This is a challenge we faced before in our country with electrification. Our cities were lit up far before our rural communities were. And it was a priority administration back then to make sure the entire country had access to this critical infrastructure as it is today. It is in that spirit, in a collaboration with the private sector, that President Obama wishes to extend high-speed wireless access to 98% of the nation's population so that an entrepreneur in rural America can tap into global markets and compete in this 21st century economy.
On Thursday, February 10th, President Obama traveled to Marquette, Michigan, located in the snowy Upper Peninsula of that state, where local businesses have been able to grow as a result of greater broadband access. The president went to see a demonstration of how Northern Michigan University's WiMAX wireless network has enabled distance learning for university and community students.
What is so exciting is the fact that, talented young people like the kids in your class or the ones in Nagani, you guys can basically start a company or do your work anywhere.
The Next Generation Wireless Network in Marquette is an effective demonstration of how the President's proposal to open up airwaves will spark new innovation, put people back to work, grow the economy, and help America win the future.
When it comes to high-speed internet, the lights are still off in 1/3 of our households. 1 out of every 3 households in America don't have that same access. For millions of Americans, the railway hasn't showed up yet. For our families and our businesses, high-speed wireless service, that's the next train station. It's the next off-ramp. It's how we'll spark new innovation, new investment, new jobs.
The President also got a chance to stop by Donkers, a local candy shop and lunch spot.
Oh, well, the Obama burger seems like
Our chef did his research.
that's a tasty looking burger.
To find out more information on any of these topics or to see complete videos of these events, go to whitehouse.gov. And thanks again for checking out your West Wing Week.
But I can tell you, Chuck will tell you, my mother used to say, it looks like a duck, walks like a duck, and quacks like a duck. It's a duck. This is a duck right here.